wanted to jump on here and talk about the 3 worst habits that you can do as a man that will ruin the chances of you fulfilling your goals, of you feeling at your best, of really taking advantage of the energy that you have as a young man, the character, it sucks it out of you. Now, I used to do all 3 of these habits. I used to partake in all of them so I can speak on them, and all 3 at once. And they're not the usual things that most people would say, but they are very common amongst a lot of guys. And the guys that stand out, the guys that get what they want, the guys that are doing big things, the best type of people, the best, healthiest, energized, healthy mind I'm talking about, not just healthy body, but these kind of people that are curating the life that they want are not partaking in these habits. And I want to talk about habit number 1, which is doom scrolling. You might have guessed it, you may have not. But the point is, and I see it because I've done a bunch of detoxes in my life, and I'm very sensitive to the feeling of what makes me feel good and what doesn't, and maybe you are too. And that just takes a bit of awareness to really think about the way you feel after you doom scroll on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. These apps are designed to keep you on them, and so it's easy to fall into the trap. But every time you sit down and you spend half an hour, doesn't really matter how long you spend, but let's just say half an hour, 5 times a week, it's 2.5 hours of time spent on your phone. And that's being easy. Like, I've got mates that scroll on their phone, and I just say, dude, like, go get outside or something. Like I'm not your mum, but I'm just saying, I am so cautious of the way I spend my time and where I spend my energy, because you've only got so much of it each day. And every time I get on the phone, I get off feeling worse. And that energy that I had before I was on my phone is gone. You're never going to learn anything by scrolling either. So technically speaking, you are just killing time, and time is our greatest asset. Especially as a young man, you kill this time by scrolling consistently week in, week out. You're giving this time away for nothing. You're giving your attention away for nothing in return. So not only do you feel worse after you jump on your phone because your dopamine spikes above the baseline and then drops, and then once you jump back on your phone again, you need to watch even longer. You need to watch even more dopamine sparking videos and apps and whatever it is. And then you drop even lower, and it's a vicious cycle. But you're also just throwing time away. And the age between 18 and 30, let's just say 18 and 30, around there, as a young man, this is when you have the most energy in life. It's proven. Like, you become your absolute strongest self, your peak physical form by the age of 32, which means these years working up to that age, you were just full of energy. You were just full of potential, and you are wealthy in time. That is your biggest asset compared to the 40 and 50-year-olds that have already made it. They don't have the time like you do. You have the time to make whatever you want out of life, and you throwing it away by scrolling on these addictive social media apps, it's gonna not only make you feel bad, it's the biggest waste of time you could do. And I say this as number one because it's the most common one. You look around when you start to get off your phone by doing a dopamine detox, or just saying you're not going to look at your phone for a week, and you notice that people don't talk anymore. You walk around the shopping center, people are looking at their phone, they're not even looking forward. Man, it shits me. So number 2 is drinking. Drinking alcohol is going to slow you down big time. I used to party a lot. I used to drink every single weekend, get a box of beer, box of vodkas or whatever, and I did it for years. I'd go out every weekend and get smashed, and the main reason I say don't drink is because it lowers your frequency, and the next day you're gonna feel crap, you're gonna think crap, and you're gonna be in a negative mindset. You're just gonna not feel good. And I'm all about having a high frequency so you can reach your goals, because when you're on this right frequency, this high frequency, this good mindset, positive mindset, you think positive things, you believe positive things, and when you believe positive things, you take actions in accordance to the way you think. And so you just naturally, without thinking, subconsciously do the right actions that lead to where you want to go to, with a plan, of course, and goals and whatever. But naturally you're going to make the right decision, and you're going to think the right way when faced with decisions. But drinking just cancels this. Drinking drops you onto a lower frequency, hence making wrong decisions, going to eat takeout because you can't be bothered cooking, going to text that girl thinking because you got low self-worth. Like, there's a lot of things that go wrong after a night of drinking, especially if you do it every weekend. But the point is, you're wasting a whole day, a whole week even. Like, I remember some of those hangovers, I was out of it for a week. I wasn't back at my normal self. Remember how I said I'm sensitive to the way I feel, how things affect me? Yeah, drinking would put me off for a week sometimes. I wouldn't be back till Thursday the next week after drinking on the Saturday. And then come then, I'd be keen again. I'd be like, yeah, let's go. I'm feeling great. Let's get back on the beers. Wasted so much time. And I'm just thankful that I'm aware of how much this time is valued. So, first one is doom scrolling, second one is drinking. The last one is pornography or masturbation, wanking as a man. Like, that is the last one. Now, I was actually talking about this with my girlfriend, and I don't wank. I used to watch porn, and even back when I was a bit younger, I used to watch it all the time. And in my old relationships, I used to watch it all the time, and I used to, I just wasn't turned on by my partner at the time, because I was just so on a cycle of watching people have sex rather than actually having sex. My brain was frizzled from just the dopamine getting sparked that high from watching this pornography. We're not supposed to watch this kind of content as a person. This energy you have when you're turned on, this energy of there's a saying, it's sexual transmutation, but there's an energy you feel when you're going to basically mate, when you're in a mood. And if you don't have a partner, or if you can fall into this habit of just constantly watching porn and getting off, watching porn and getting off, and it drains your energy. You got no energy. It sucks this potential out of you. You feel it. Have you ever noticed when you're nut, you feel different? You get clarity, but you don't have that energy. Sometimes you feel lazy, or you just don't have that drive to go get what you want. And the truth is that we are biologically primed to go out and find a potential partner to have our children. And we have this energy to go out there and build status for ourselves, build wealth, build muscle, build a person that a woman, the feminine, wants to mate with. And when you rob yourself of that energy, when you watch porn and you let that energy go, or you just consistently are wanking or masturbating, you're draining yourself of this energy that is the energy that you're going to use to go chase your dreams, go chase your goals. And all three of these things do the same thing. Drinking sucks you of your energy for days and a week, and you do it consistently. You're just taking time away. You're cancelling time, basically. Yes, you can make progress when you have a drink. Yes, you can make progress when you doom scroll. Yes, you can make progress when you bat off. But these things are seriously holding you back. Like, it's like you're chained to them, right? You're holding them on your back. It's not helping you win this marathon when you've got kilograms of weight on your back, when your brain is not clear, when you're trying to dig through the mess in your brain to think clearly about what you want to do and how you're going to do it, but you're thinking about naked women, or you're thinking about what you saw on Instagram. The point is, you cancel out these habits, you're going to start to get a lot of clarity. You're going to use this energy. When you feel that sexual energy, you go and spend it in the gym. You go and spend it on working on yourself and building yourself into the man you are. And you're going to go far. Okay? Now, I've done all three of these habits. I've been addicted to all three of these habits. I've done them all. I am not saying I am a saint, but I am saying that dropping these habits will help you become a step closer to the man you're supposed to be, and helping you find the partner that you're supposed to find, and helping you live the life that you dream of living, and the life you dreamed of living as a boy. Hope you enjoy. I'll see you in the next one.